Hello, this is reading B of the Life Path and Life Purpose readings. So if you chose B for yours, we'll see what comes out for you. As I explained at the start of the video, we have the foundation, then we have the centre, the middle row, which shows us where you are currently, and then we have the apex of the reading, which provides you with further guidance, or it tells you what you're aiming for at this particular juncture. Yeah, so I'm going to jump straight in and we'll see what comes up for B. So can we have the foundation, please? Archangel Gabriel, which is major arcana for this deck, number 3. Summer, winter, the 5 of forces, which is pertains to timing, right? And we've got the Will, Wisdom and Mind, which is again major arcana for this deck, one of my favourite cards because it's got the Triquetra. It's my favourite protective symbol. Yep, so that's 20, Will, Wisdom and Mind. I may grab the guidebook actually because there's a lot of information that comes with Will, Wisdom and Mind. And another one for this foundation row, please. Major arcana again, 2, the Akashic Library. Okay, so what have we got in the current energies? I was kind of worrying that these weren't going to play ball and that we'd get the same reading a few times over, but that's not being the case. These are very, very different readings, so that's good. Oh, the extended for A has come out absolutely phenomenal. So I do advise checking out the extended versions because they are giving even more information than I expected. Ooh, Archangel Michael. So that's 2 archangels showing up. That's number 9 in this deck. The centre point of the reading, 3 of Scrolls, setting your course. This is strongly about divine guidance and divine assistance. And we've got 2 more come out, Spring, Autumn and the Architect, which is 1 of Keys. And so what is the apex of this reading, please? Waterfall, 6 of Forces. Okay, interesting. Right, I'm going to go get the guidebook for this deck just because I know there's a message that wants to come out with Will, Wisdom and Mind that I haven't got in my mind. Okay, so in the foundation, we've got the Archangel Gabriel. Bring it up close. And you see he's got the caduceus on his chest. He's also got the trumpet. Oh no, sorry, he's not the caduceus on his chest. It's the symbol for Mercury. He's basically the messenger. He's got the trumpet. And he's got 2 birds resting, 1 in each hand. So this card is more about the Sorry about that, I had an incoming call. Okay, it gave me a chance to have a look at the guidebook anyway. So, what we've got in this foundation here is somebody who has had quite the grounding in spiritual and esoteric arenas. The Archangel Gabriel card, as I said, this is the communication card. So this could be, because it refers to people who've had a background in various communications. So on the mundane level, this could be somebody who has worked in media, has worked in publishing, in some form of communicational area. Where it refers to spiritual areas, this is somebody who receives psychic information. This could be a medium, which I feel that for a few of you, this is going to resonate, because this is some of what this is pertaining to. Yeah, we're definitely looking at spiritual energy, areas of spiritual growth. Now, the summer-winter card, it doesn't necessarily relate to timing. It can, but what this is more about is to do with the yin and yang energy. It's to do with the active and the passive. Now, normally, if you took reversals, it would depend on which way it came out. As I don't take reversals, that card doesn't really count for that with me. So we're looking at the energy. Now, what's interesting is with the wisdom, will and mind is also about, see how we've got the fire and the water here, we've got the alchemy, the active, passive, yin, yang, which is what we've also got here. So this is about, in your foundation, you'll have been doing a lot of work around this, and as with the other reading, you may still be in this foundation stage to some extent. You know, there could be an overlap between the foundation and the current time. So what we've got is somebody who's been working with balancing both their masculine and feminine energy. It's also to do with, like I say, yin and yang, active and passive. So there may have been a point where you have been actively putting the work in to do, like, your spiritual learning. All these cards are very, very geared towards this. Towards, like, learning to channel, towards honing your mediumship, things like that. But then there's been periods where you've put that down, you've put it to rest, you've been in passive mode. So it's important to know that the two are, you know, you can't, like, when you are meditating, you're supposed to be in passive mode. You're supposed to just be being, not doing. Doing is the active, being is passive. And this is why, like, psychic energy, psychic messages come through more when we are in passive mode. So this is an important reminder, along with this one, to make sure that you are allowing for both. Both are important. We need to be in balance within both our masculine and feminine energies in order to be in internal union. We've also got, like I say, we've got the symbols of alchemy here, which again, this refers to spiritual learning. The Triquetra is a protective symbol, as is the, I can't think what it's called, it's the Isle of Man symbol anyway. But what this card also relates to is, you see with the crown, this is somebody who is likely to be in a position of leadership or authority. Somebody who is basically a spiritual leader. This card talks about having the power of the ascended masters working through you. Potentially you are an ascended master. And the Akashic Library, which, if you haven't tried to access your Akashic records, this would be a calling to do so. Because it talks about remembering your past lives, learning what your Akashic, what your history has been in the Akashic, knowing that when you come here, you can bring certain things with you that you need to learn and master. This speaks to me of somebody who is in a mastery lifetime. If not a mastery lifetime, then you are definitely in a lifetime where you are mastering various things. And like I say, this is the foundation. So this is either what you've been working on up to this point, or what you need to do to lay the foundations for the next set of cards. So this is where you're at now, or where this will take you to. We've got Archangel Michael, as I said before. Now, Archangel Michael in this deck, it speaks about calling on the strength of Archangel Michael in order to help lift you up if you're feeling drained, finding yourself struggling in any way. So I do get a feeling that for some of you, you've put a lot of work in, but you've just found yourself burned out lately, feeling lost perhaps, may have strayed from your path somewhat, feeling a little lost and confused. And the other side of that has come out. Spring, summer, and the architect. And again, this isn't going to refer too much to timing. Spring, autumn, sorry, and the architect. This is about energy. Spring is the time when seeds are planted. Autumn is the time when harvest comes. And the architect is a leader. The architect is a person who oversees a project, gives the directions to others who are, they delegate the tasks. So this is about, well, we'll go to the middle card, which is the centre point of the reading, which is the three of scrolls setting course. It can indicate working with others, perhaps three or more people, but it's also about taking your plans and putting them into action. So this would indicate the spring energy with this card, where it's time now to stop procrastinating is a word that is coming, but that's not for everyone. Basically, you have got your plans, you have an inkling what it is that you want to do, but for some reason you aren't putting that into action. And this is where the summer winter energy will come in again, because if you've been in that passive mode, it's time to get into that active mode. This is basically the planting of the seeds and stepping into that leadership role. It works on two levels, to be honest with you, because we've got the autumn energy insofar as it is time to reap what you've sown, as in as much of the work that you've put in. You've done your work, it's now time to put it into action. And we've got both those energies, like we've got the Archangel Michael energy and the spring, autumn and architect energy, either side of this setting your course energy, which is like, it's time to move, it's time to act. The apex of the reading is the waterfall, which is about knowing that there is active psychic energy flowing through you. It's about knowing you're an unstoppable force. Once you get moving, the river cuts its way through any landscape, and the waterfall, as it hits the bottom, it carves out to continue. So this is about putting that psychic energy to good use. So as I said at the beginning, some of you, this is like about a mediumship, could be about a mediumship skill that some of you have been sitting on, you haven't been using. Spirit doesn't give you these gifts in order to sit on them. And it seems it's more about being afraid of your own power and your own gifts rather than feeling lost. It's more a case of your own your ego fears and procrastination than it is about actually not knowing what it is that you're meant to do. So this is basically saying call on Archangel Michael, also Gabriel if needed, to help strengthen you. Also Ascended Masters, if that energy is what you prefer to work with. Call upon those energies. Call upon your gifts and powers and start using them. There's something else with setting your course as well. There's something I'm trying to articulate and it's just not fully... Yeah, not to limit yourself to one direction, because right now you're not supposed to be following one particular path. There may be various different things that you're supposed to be doing, supposed to be learning about. So it's like I feel that each of these levels in this one are very much combined, in that you're still in a period of learning, but you're being asked not to hold back until you feel like you've learned enough, because you already know enough to start putting yourself out there. You know, those of you who it's not mediumship, it's other communication skills. This is about, you know, creating YouTube videos or you know, doing tarot readings, whatever it is. But this is about not sitting on your gift, not being passive any longer, not waiting for the seeds to grow, because they have. You've done a lot of the work and it's harvest time. So yeah, there's not really a lot more to say about that. It's just a case of, it's to bring you to your full power and to your full potential. Because while you sat on these skills and these gifts and this knowledge and information, you know, it may be psychic insights, you're not putting it into practice and you're not fulfilling your purpose. It's literally a case of taking that thing, whatever that thing is that you are capable of, and doing something with it. Because we've got leadership energy 3 times in this reading. This is about leader. You know, you're supposed to be a leader, you're supposed to be a guide, you're supposed to be a helper in some way or other. And while you're not doing that, the universe isn't, you're only feeling stuck because where you're at now, you have as much as you need to start taking that forward. Waiting to learn more, waiting for more information to come in is what's holding you back. That's where the energy is stagnating, so you need to get that into motion in order for more to come through, for your skills to develop. So yeah, I'm going to take this into the extended and take a look at these energies a little bit deeper. Might get a few more specifics on certain things if that wants to come through. Yes, so if you'd like to take a look at the extended, the Vimeo link will be in the description box and I will see you there.